Welcome to the DIY Honda Garage channel. Welcome to the troubleshooting guide for DTC P0843, specifically for the 2008 to 2012 Honda Accord. DTC P0843 indicates an open circuit in the transmission fluid pressure switch, A, known as the second clutch, or it may suggest that the pressure switch is stuck in the off position. This diagnostic trouble code can affect the overall performance of your vehicle's transmission system, leading to potential issues in shifting gears efficiently. The transmission fluid pressure switch, A, is located within the transmission assembly and plays a critical role in monitoring the fluid pressure within the second clutch. By assessing the pressure, the engine control unit, ECU, can make informed decisions on shifting. In this guide, we will provide a systematic approach aimed at identifying the causes and fixing the issue denoted by this trouble code. DTC P0843 pertains specifically to the transmission fluid pressure switch A, also referred to as the second clutch pressure switch. This switch is integral for monitoring the hydraulic pressure within the transmission system. If this switch fails or has an open circuit, it can lead to improper pressure readings, which may cause shifting inconsistencies. The transmission fluid pressure switch A is located inside the transmission assembly, often near other key components like the solenoid valves. Its accurate functioning ensures that fluid pressure is consistently regulated during gear changes, allowing for smooth operation of the vehicle. Therefore, if this component fails or is malfunctioning, it can lead to serious operational issues in the Honda Accord. Various factors can contribute to the activation of DTC P0843. One of the primary causes could be an open circuit in the wiring, leading to the transmission fluid pressure switch A. This type of failure may result from wear and tear or damage to the wires due to heat or mechanical stress. Furthermore, the pressure switch itself may malfunction or become stuck in the off position, which can also trigger this code. Poor electrical connections, such as loose terminals or corrosion, can interrupt the signal between the switch and the powertrain control module, PCM, causing unreliable readings. Each potential cause contributes uniquely to the signaling issues, and addressing these will be essential in resolving the trouble code effectively. Several symptoms can help indicate the presence of DTC P0843. Drivers may experience delayed or erratic shifting, meaning the transitions between gears may not occur smoothly or may take longer than usual. This could lead to noticeable shifts in engine RPMs, making driving less comfortable. The check engine light will also be illuminated on the dashboard, prompting the driver to investigate potential issues. Additionally, overall transmission performance may decline, leading to harsh engagement, slippage, or even limited ability to drive the vehicle at optimum efficiency. Recognizing these symptoms early can facilitate timely diagnosis and repair, helping to prevent further damage to the transmission. The first troubleshooting step for DTC P0843 involves turning the ignition switch to the on-to position. This allows the onboard diagnostic system to activate without starting the engine. It is essential at this stage to record all freeze data and any onboard snapshot data using the Honda Diagnostic System, HDS. This data will provide insights into what the vehicle's systems were experiencing at the moment the fault occurred. Additionally, before diving deeper into steps, reviewing the general troubleshooting information is crucial for understanding the context of the DTC and ensuring all preliminary checks are in place. These initial steps enable a systematic approach rather than guesswork in troubleshooting. The second step in troubleshooting DTC P0843 involves clearing the DTC using HDS, setting a clean slate for new data. After clearing the code, start the engine, allowing it to idle until it reaches its normal operating temperature. It is essential to monitor the vehicle until the radiator fan engages, as this indicates the engine has warmed adequately. Observing this process can help verify whether the issue manifests again upon reaching typical operating conditions. This warm-up period is critical for assessing other vehicle systems later in the troubleshooting process. Properly executing this step prepares the vehicle for further diagnostic checks. For the third step, shift the transmission into second gear while firmly pressing the brake pedal. This action allows the vehicle to assess the stability of the transmission and helps confirm if the vehicle recognizes this gear selection properly. It's crucial to check the shift controls indication in the AT, Automatic Transmission Data List, using the HDS. This check confirms if the system is properly registering the second gear selection. If the system shows 2, it implies that the initial components responsible for shifting are functioning adequately. However, if there's an inconsistency, further investigation will be necessary to determine which section may not be operating correctly. The fourth step requires checking the status of the second pressure switch via the AT data list on the HDS. This check is vital, as it confirms whether the transmission fluid pressure switch A is engaged properly. If the display indicates that the switch is on, it would suggest that the electrical circuit itself is operating appropriately. In this case, you should proceed to the next step in the troubleshooting process. Conversely, if it indicates that the switch is off, this points to issues with the switch or its wiring, requiring additional testing and checks to localize and rectify the fault in question. Having clear status readings here is crucial due to their implications on the transmission's functioning. In the fifth step, you will need to test drive the vehicle while keeping the shift lever in D, drive, for a minimum of 2 seconds in second gear. This step is crucial to physically monitor how the car reacts while driving under certain conditions. During this time, observe the HDS to check the OBD onboard diagnostics status for any sign of fault pertaining to P0843. If the HDS indicates that the system has failed, you would then need to proceed to further steps for a more in-depth inspection. If there's a past indication or an intermittent failure, it suggests that while the system may be functioning correctly at this point, you should still assess the connections and condition of terminals tied to the transmission fluid pressure switch A and the PCM for any unseen issues. This hands-on test provides practical insights into real-world vehicle performance. For the sixth step, turn the ignition switch to the lock 0 position. Following that, disconnect the pressure switch connector for the transmission fluid pressure switch A. This disconnection is essential in isolating the switch itself to test its operational integrity separately from the vehicle system. You will then connect a jumper wire from the pressure switch connector terminal to the vehicle's body ground. This process essentially bypasses the switch and allows you to confirm if the failure is within the switch or within the circuit itself. It's a valuable step for pinpointing the area you need to investigate further. Remember, ensure you perform all disconnections and connections with care to avoid additional electrical issues. In the seventh step, turn the ignition switch back to the on second position. After that, check the status of the second pressure switch using the HDS to see if it now indicates on. If the switch shows on after applying the jumper wire, it signifies that the wiring leading to the switch is functional and the issue likely lives within the switch itself. Conversely, if it's still off, further examination is necessary to inspect wiring integrity or any potential electrical shorts or disruptions. This step is crucial when trying to isolate whether the obstacle stems from the pressure switch or the surrounding electrical connections. The clarity obtained here is vital for determining the next steps toward a legitimate and accurate repair. The eighth step involves reconnecting the transmission fluid pressure switch A connector, ensuring it's firmly secured to establish proper communication with the PCM. Clear the DTC using the HDS once again to reset the system for fresh readings. Following this, it's essential to measure the second clutch pressure, making sure it falls within the specified service limits as outlined by Honda. This measurement provides vital data on whether the clutch is operating properly under the current conditions. A value outside the service limits may indicate hydraulic issues within the transmission, necessitating further inspection or repairs. This process continues to build a clearer picture of the overall health of the transmission components, which aids in effective resolution. Final repair verification is an essential last step when addressing DTC P0843. After completing all the necessary repairs and component replacements, it is crucial to ensure that all connections are secure. Loose or poor connections can lead to recurring issues. Following this, conduct a test drive to verify that the vehicle functions correctly under a variety of driving conditions. Monitor shifting patterns and check for any illuminated warning lights that might suggest lingering issues. By checking the full functioning of the transmission, its ability to shift smoothly, engage gears correctly, and maintain proper pressure, you can gain confidence in the reliability of the repair performed. Successful verification signals that the vehicle is back to optimal operation. To prevent future occurrences of DTC P0843, it's vital to incorporate regular preventive maintenance procedures. Scheduling transmission fluid changes at recommended intervals will help ensure the system remains clean and free of contaminants that can wear down components prematurely. Additionally, routinely inspecting the wiring and electrical connections that lead to the transmission fluid pressure switch A can preemptively address issues arising from wear or corrosion. It is also beneficial to actively monitor the transmission's performance, keeping an eye on shifting patterns and engine response. Early detection of irregularities allows for timely intervention and minimizes the risk of more significant problems later on. Proactive measures can enhance the longevity and overall reliability of the transmission system. In summary, DTC P0843 signifies a crucial fault within the transmission fluid pressure switch, A, or its circuits, impacting the performance of the Honda Accord's transmission. Recognizing and addressing this code promptly can prevent further complications and ensure successful repair and maintenance of the vehicle. By following the outlined troubleshooting steps methodically, you can isolate the problem and apply effective solutions. It is essential to understand the role of each component involved, from the pressure switch to its connections with the PCM, which provides a comprehensive view of how to resolve issues effectively. Engaging in preventive maintenance will also minimize future occurrences and promote optimal performance of your Honda Accord. Please like and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.